said, and my friend, Joe. So with that, Joe, I pass it over to you.
Hey, everybody.
Please welcome him.
Thank you so much for having me here today. Really appreciate being here. I'm excited to get to know you guys. If you do use LinkedIn, let me know how often you post on LinkedIn. I'm just curious to know. In the chat, go ahead and let me know how often you're posting on LinkedIn. Some people post never. Some people post 2 to 3 times a week. Some people have never posted before at all. I'm curious to know how often you post on LinkedIn. The one thing I love the most about LinkedIn is that every single person you add as a connection on LinkedIn becomes a follower. On Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or X or wherever else, you need to add followers. It's very difficult to get followers. It's very difficult to get subscribers on YouTube. But on LinkedIn, if I connect with Jane, Jane automatically follows me back. That's just how it works. She doesn't have to click follow. She just accepts the connection, and now she follows me. Now, on Facebook, you can only have 5,000 friends. Do you know how many connections you're able to have on LinkedIn? Does anyone want to guess approximately how many connections you can have on LinkedIn? Is it more than Facebook
30,000?
or less? Yes,
More,
it's 30,000.
30,000.
30,000, that's the limit. So I'm going to share my screen right now just to kind of show you over here. I'm going to click right here. First of all, this is Milan. Do you guys see him? Milan posts 3 times a week, plus he has a newsletter, it looks like, and he has 1,997 followers. If you just added more connections, you would automatically have more followers. I'm going to scroll down, take a look at his recent post, and if I take a look at his post, the most important thing that I can do on his post to acknowledge him is to like his post and then to leave a comment on his post. But often, people don't know what to say. That's where I recommend using artificial intelligence that makes the comment just simply appear magically in the post, just like I did right there. Do you see how quickly I was able to like and comment on his post? Just like that. Now, if I want to save Milan to a list, I highly recommend saving people to lists. I'm going to create a list called Selling on the Spot. I already have one right over here. I'm going to press Save Profile, and I'm going to save him to a list. Whenever I meet somebody or want to build a relationship with them, I feel like it's important to categorize them and to organize your contacts in a meaningful way, but it's also important to research them. You can use Perplexity, Grok, Claude, ChatGPT, Copilot, U.com, or any of these agents that will go out, look all over the internet about each person that you have a relationship with or that you'd like a relationship with, and it'll tell you everything about their summary, their target audience, their key services, how you help clients, your contact information, your notable achievements. #1 Amazon best-selling author for Living Your Best Third Act. Love that concept. I even have conversation starters if I want to be able to build a relationship with him. You see these questions that it asks me over here? These are great conversation starters when I'm speaking to somebody. Potential business opportunities and so much more. If I want to be able to see all the podcasts that he's recently been on, I can easily inject a prompt into this agent, and that prompt will start researching and finding every podcast that he's been on, because I can tell from the research that he's already been on podcasts, and then I have conversation starters about each individual episode from each podcast that he's been on. Now, if you like networking, this is a powerful way to get to know somebody without having to do all the legwork that people typically put into having to, all the things that you have to get to know. If I want to craft a 30-second personalized introduction that demonstrates I understand their specific challenges in their business and industry, I can even write this. Milan, I appreciate how you combined your extensive project management experience with your passion for guiding high-level achievers through the complex transition into retirement. Your focus on holistic, fear-free third act that balances financial security with health and relationships and purpose truly addresses the challenges that many face in redefining identity behind their careers. And by the way, Milan, if you want to find retired people on LinkedIn, I do have a hack for that. Do you want me to show you how to do that? Unmute yourself and tell me that you want to see that.
Definitely.
I do.
Please do.
Okay, everybody. Oh, Lorna
I
does.
think we all
Okay.
do.
Okay, so I'm going to type in retired right over here on LinkedIn in the search box. And now I'm going to find all the people that are retired on LinkedIn. I'm going to click on people. Then I'm going to click on first degree. That means these are the people that I'm actually connected with that are currently retired. So I have 360 people because there's 10 per page. I have 360 people, 36 pages of people that are retired. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a template where I can send these people a message asking them if they want to volunteer for something. So I'm going to click new message and I'm going to type in retired volunteer. I probably spelled that wrong. I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, I looked at LinkedIn and I noticed that it said that you are retired. If that's true, you might be interested in a unique opportunity that I have for retired folks to learn how to use artificial intelligence. Would you be interested at all? Okay. So now I'm going to go to, would you be interested in all? Okay. Retired, learn AI. Okay. Now I'm going to press save changes. Now I have a little template here that I can inject. So watch this. I'm just going to inject this template. I looked at LinkedIn and noticed that it said that you are retired. And if it's true, you might be interested in a new company I have for retired folks that learn how to use artificial intelligence. Would you be interested at all? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this to everyone, the 360 retired people on LinkedIn by clicking on message, selecting the template, and hitting send. Do you see how easy this is? So if you have an opportunity for retired folks and you're already connected to them, you can send messages to people that are retired on LinkedIn, connect with them, and often these people have the time and they're looking for something to do. And they often have a lot of relationships and connections, and it's very powerful how many retired folks there are on LinkedIn. So I'm going to go ahead and message these 360 people now. I'm only going to message 10 initially right now, but you see it takes me less than 2 seconds to message these people, right? And you can see a lot of the time are still using LinkedIn right now. It even shows me that they're using it on their mobile phone. And I can go through this, and if it only takes 10 seconds for sending out 10, to do it times 36, it would take maybe 3 to 5 minutes and message 300 people or so. That is extremely powerful. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second because I want to encourage you guys for a moment to think about the possibilities if you were going to start leveraging LinkedIn and finding hacks like this. We actually have 99 different hacks that we teach our clients. But my question to you is, what would be your biggest challenge that stops you from having more conversations with your ideal target market? And maybe we can show you how to overcome one of those challenges today. So do you feel like you don't have enough people that you're connected to? Not enough connections? Maybe you don't know what to say. I can help you craft a message specifically to your target market that would make them want to respond. We can talk about that. Maybe you don't have an offer. Maybe you need help creating an offer. Maybe you don't know what to post about on LinkedIn. Like what would you say is your biggest challenge? Maybe you don't have a strategy. Maybe you need a strategy. Let me know what your biggest challenge is right now. Jane, do you have a challenge?
Well, I was just going to actually speak up for some other people to say that I find people don't have a strategy.
Okay.
They're just kind of randomly posting when they're posting or because they have an event coming up.
So there are 3 steps to creating a strategy, but I want to hear from Michelle briefly. I see Michelle is unmuted as well. And Vandana, did I pronounce your name? Vandana. I thought it was
Wandana.
Wandana. Okay, so I want to hear from Michelle and I want to hear from Wandana. Michelle, can you briefly share what do you think your issue is with LinkedIn?
My issue with LinkedIn was originally I wanted to reach like the CEOs of different companies, and they all seem to have like their gatekeepers. So then I thought, should I be reaching their gatekeepers to relay the message or even to take advantage of where I thought the CEO might take advantage of? Because really what I'd like to get is into their corporate culture.
Amazing. I love that. So getting through to the actual CEOs. And Wandana, what was your challenge? I saw you wrote in the chat, finding the right potential audience.
Yeah, I mean, everybody says, okay, make sure you're talking to the right audience and your right client and right fit client and all this stuff. It's like I really don't have any idea of how to find those people necessarily. So, like Michelle, I mean, I have I basically want to work with teams or groups of people to get their teams humming and achieving way more than they thought they could. But or women who are, you know, powerhouse women who have their own businesses that have teams like that.
I love that.
So those are, you know, it's all about that for me. But I don't know where to start, I guess.
I would say that this is the path that has taken the most clients that I know, from a lurker to an influencer, from just waiting to making money. This is the path that I take. If you don't have a strategy, the first 3 boxes are the ones that talk about strategy. For example, the plan is about what is your business plan, what is your marketing plan, and what is your LinkedIn plan. So when I say business plan, I don't mean a complicated business plan that you need to use to get a loan. I'm talking about on the back of a napkin, how much revenue do you want to generate a year, and how many clients, and how much does each client pay you? Just as simple as that. And maybe you can attach your purpose, your why related to that. But if you're going to throw out a revenue number for an annual revenue number, maybe you want to generate $100,000 a year in profit. Maybe you want to serve 100 clients and have them each pay you $1,000 each, okay? So if you want to add $100,000 in profit or in recurring revenue, and each client paid you $1,000, you would just need 100 clients. That's your business plan. Your marketing plan would be, how many leads do you need in order for you to get a client? And how many conversations do you need in order for you to get a lead? Do you get what I'm saying? So you got to figure out those metrics, and also, what are you willing to pay for each client if you're willing to invest money, say, in advertising or something like that. So that's the marketing plan. And then the LinkedIn plan is, what are you going to be doing on LinkedIn on a daily basis to get to your marketing plan to help you achieve your business plan? Now, your business plan could be a 1-year plan or a 3-year plan. Your marketing plan could be a 1-year plan or a 90-day plan. And then your LinkedIn plan could be a 1-week plan or a month plan. But at the end of the day, there's a time component to each one of your plans. And if you can attach a metric, a key performance indicator, if you can attach a key performance indicator or a metric, you'll be able to measure your plan. So that's the plan part. The second part is the people. There are 2 types of people that you want to connect with on LinkedIn. So for those of you that are not 100% sure about your target market, if you're just saying CEO, like Michelle did, CEO is a little vague, because there are millions and millions and millions and millions of CEOs. By the way, how are we doing on time? We're good. Okay. CEOs is a little vague. So we have to go a little bit deeper than CEO. There's a concept called psychographic, demographic, geographic, and firmographic. So if you guys are not familiar with that, it's basically how people think, who they are, where they are, and what type of company they're part of. And the more you can drill down in those 4 quadrants, the more likely you are to be able to find the right people on LinkedIn. When you're thinking about the people, I want you to think about people that can be ideal clients or an ICP, or I want you to think about people that would be a COI, a center of influence. Ideally, I would want people that are both ICPs and COIs. Like Jane, she was the first person I met on the cruise. And I told her, you're such an important person to me. And she said, why? I said, because you're a trainer, Jane. You're a sales trainer. And I'm looking for sales trainers. As a matter of fact, I posted a business networking one-sheet. In the chat, tell me, do you have a one-sheet or do you need a one-sheet? Let me know in the chat right now, do you have a one-sheet or do you need a one-sheet? If you have a one-sheet, feel free to share a link to it. I'll share a link to my one-sheet. But I'm curious to know if you have one or you need one. So we have a tool that will automatically create a one-sheet for you. So check this out. This is my one-sheet right here. You see this? This says About Joe Apfelbaum. These are my current projects. These are who I want to meet, my center of influence, who also happens to be my ideal clients, right? 2 in 1, right? You want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. How to introduce Joe Apfelbaum. Here's a blurb, how to introduce me. And here is my skills, experiences, and passions. And today we're going to make Jane a business networking one-sheet in about 3 seconds. All right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up Jane's profile. And I'll show you how quickly I can make her a one-sheet. Now that I have her profile, I can save her profile to a PDF. You see that? I'm going to click on Save to PDF. Once I save her profile to a PDF, I can go into one of my communities. I host a community on School. Have you guys ever heard of School?
Yes.
I have an advanced community called the Engaged Thought Leaders Community. Jane has access to this community because she's part of our bundle. And even though it's $1,000 a month, she gets access to this at no additional charge because she got the bundle. I'm going to click on Community, and I'm going to search OneSheet. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the 1-hour video here that explains how to build your OneSheet. But instead of spending an hour doing it, she already has access to this custom GPT that will make the OneSheet. I'm going to say, make Jane a OneSheet. And let's just see how long it takes for it. It's going to take about 3 seconds to write the whole OneSheet. Okay, the OneSheet is complete. This is about Jane, the best way to contact her, her current projects, who she wants to meet, how to introduce her, and her skills, experiences, and passions. Did that take a long time to do? No, that didn't take a long time to do. It took about 3 seconds to do, as I said it would. Now I'm going to go back to Jane's profile, and I'm going to send it to her as a message. And now she can use the Canva template to plug it in with her brand colors and everything else. And do you see the way it has all these fancy stars and dots and all that shit? We're going to remove all that jazz right now. I'm going to click on this right now and go into our classroom, library, special links, and I have something called the cleaner. And you guys can have that as my gift today, which this cleaner will strip markdown. So I'm going to paste in all this markdown. I'm going to hit strip markdown, and then I'm going to hit copy as plain text, and I'm going to send her the OneSheet as plain text without any markdown. So that's my gift to you. If you ever get stuff with markdown, you could always access that little gift I'm going to give you guys in the chat because you guys are awesome. This is typically for our clients, but all of you one day will become a client. So I'm giving it to you now in advance. Okay. Questions so
I hope you
far?
guys are wowed already. Like, I know that was super fast and you're not able to follow what he did because that was a lot.
So do a recap. What did I just do, Jane?
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
This is selling on the spot.
I'm on too small a screen. I'm just trying to follow.
Oh, you're good. You're doing great.
The point is you have a phenomenal bundle and all these resources, the GPTs, oh my gosh, the one pager is phenomenal because of course I've seen that before. So thank you for mine. And yeah, I love all the templates and things that you provide.
And you know what? We offer an incredible program that teaches you how to use LinkedIn because a lot of people don't even know how to use the platform. Like if you want to learn how to be able to find your ideal target market, I can find a CEO right now in any industry, pick up the phone and just call them. And it won't be weird. You want to know it won't be weird? It won't be weird because they're probably already connected to me on LinkedIn or they have someone I know that they're connected to on LinkedIn. And if I do AI research, I'll have all the conversation starters available right on the fly. And I'll know everything about them that I need to know because I have 7 different agents that could research the person, like every podcast they've been on, every article they've written, the terminologies, what their personality is like, what should I avoid saying to them, and how should I talk to them. So this is extremely, extremely powerful. And yes, Jessica, it could be a little scary if you're a weird stalker. Fortunately, I'm not a stalker, and I'm not a weirdo, but there are people that are, so you got to be careful about those people. So I'm going to pull up Jessica. I'm going to pull up Jessica's profile right here, and let's see what comes up for Jessica. So are you the passionate speaker, the podcast host, and the podcast guest?
I sure am.
Okay, awesome. And you're in the United States. If somebody writes United States and they're hiding what state they're part of, all you got to do is scroll down a little bit and see where they were at one point, the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area, then chances are they're probably still in that area. You got what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how you know where they're based. Also, you want to be able to read people's recommendations, and I see that she just got one July 22nd, 2025, which is amazing. Here's something that I recommend everybody do. And Jane, if you don't already have this, I'm going to do this for you because you're a client, which is create something called a connections dashboard. Jane, did you get your dashboard yet, or do you need to get it done?
I believe I need it. please.
So on the 25th of August, we're having a connections dashboard party where everybody's coming together to get their dashboards done. And these are basically all your connections, and you can filter and sort by year you connected. And the beauty is that I can have an email created using AI right inside the spreadsheet. So if I want to create an email right now, all I got to do is drag this column here, and you're going to see it's going to write the email on the fly for me for this person. You see? Invitation to CEO meeting. Dear Morty, I hope you're well. I wanted to reach out because we were connected since January 2010. I remember being impressed by your work at Wassa Properties. I'm writing to invite you to an exclusive meeting where CEOs happen next month, blah, 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 blah. Do you see that? That was a custom email that was just created based on the fields on this spreadsheet over here. You see that? So if I want to be able to send him this, I can quickly just send him this message, or I can have it automated to go out. This is extremely powerful technology, and I'm curious to know, do you have a connections dashboard, or do you need a connections dashboard? Let me know in the chat if you have one or if you need one. Okay. Need one. Okay, so people are needing a connections dashboard. Okay, so you guys need the connections dashboard. That's awesome. Good to know. So I highly recommend that we export all your connections, put them into a dashboard for you. And Jessica, that's included in the bundle, just so you know. You have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of connections. If I want to research you, I'm going to put you on Selling on the Spot right now. Selling on the Spot right here. I'm going to save you into EviAI. And once I save you into EviAI, I can then deploy an agent that will research you. Now, I want your permission before I do this. Is it okay if I deploy Perplexity to look into you online?
Talk away. I have nothing to hide.
You have nothing to hide. Okay, we're not looking for things that you have to hide. We're actually looking for things that are your accolades. And who
I
you
am
work with.
accoladable.
So look at that. She's a passionate speaker, podcast host, podcast guest, blah, 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 blah. How she supports clients. Here's her phone number. So let's take her phone number from here and save it into EviAI so that I kind of have it on the side here. Let's also grab her email and put it on the side here so that we have it available. And I love her YouTube channel, her Instagram. Fun facts about her. She's the creator of the Powerful Profitable Profile Process. Wow, that's a lot of P's.
Say that fast 10 times.
Oh my God. Profound professionals, nearly 70 years. Completed 1,000 podcast interviews. Passionate about cause marketing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, awesome. So, Jessica, I saw you created a Powerful Profitable Profile Process, P4. What inspired you to develop such a system that's a mouthful?
Well, I think things need to be done powerfully and profitably.
Wow. That's so much. That's like 3 Ps, 4 Ps, 5 Ps in a pod. So many Ps in a pod. I'm going to save it right in my notes here so I have it for later. If I want to pull the information instead of from the internet, if I want to pull it directly from LinkedIn, I can click on the summary tab and then just load your LinkedIn right here and then grab everything I could find, including your birthday. Congratulations on being a Capricorn, and pull all that into EviAI and save it for later and organize
Does it save all the groups I'm in as well?
If I wanted to, I can, yes. I would have to do a different process, but yes, I can save all the groups that you're on. It wouldn't be able to save all the context from all the groups, but there is a way to do that, and I can show you some hacks on how to be able to do that. It's one of my 99 hacks.
Huh.
Can I ask a quick question?
You can ask a slow question too.
Is this no, so I was wondering, is this kind of replacing Sales Navigator?
It's not. It's not replacing Sales Navigator. So if you are using Sales Navigator, I do recommend continuing to use it because you can actually send in-mails to people that you're not connected to. So if I go to Sales Navigator, you're going to see EviAI is still kind of on the side over here helping me out. I can say, okay, show me people that are second-degree connections that are CEOs of companies that are, say, I don't know, 50 to 200 employees, right? So these are significant companies. They're not massive, but they're pretty big. People that are following my company page already, but they're not connected to me. And now I can pull up these 11 people here and build a relationship. Now I see that Marcia is actually on LinkedIn right now. So I'm going to click the message box over here, and I'm going to send her a free in-mail. So I could send 800 of these per month because it says open. You see that? So I can send 800. Are you available? I'm going to say, are you available? Okay, and I'm here with EviAI. I'm going to talk to it. I'm going to say, I'm just curious to know if you're available for a quick call because I saw something on your profile that I think could be really beneficial, especially because you're a builder of teams. Do you have just a few minutes to speak to me on my phone? Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, and I'm going to press send. Do you see the way I said, are you available to Marcia? And then I asked her, I saw something on your profile I think would be really beneficial because you're a builder of teams. Do you have a few minutes to talk to me on my phone? Now, that was a little informal, right? It wasn't like this major professional message that was 16 months long, but she's in Greater Philly. Let's see what I can do with a little bit of AI research, a little bit of jazz. I'm going to go ahead and pull up her profile. I see that she loves empowering female entrepreneurs, which is perfect. I'm going to save her profile into Evie AI. I'm going to do a little bit of research on her right now. This is a total random person. She is following my company. I'm going to save her as a prospect here on the list called prospects. And then I'm going to deploy a ChatGPT 5 agent. I'm going to deploy a Claude agent. Do you guys know what Claude is? It's another AI. I'm going to deploy a Grok, not a Croc. That would be funny. I'm going to deploy a Grok agent and have Grok do a little bit of research. So as you can see, I'm using the variety of different agents that are doing the research for me. And you can see her address, where she's based. Claude is still doing research over here, looking at every single one of her websites to dig deep into each result. Grok already found me a phone number over here. So let's go ahead and call her right now and see if she'll pick up the phone, because I want to help her empower more successful entrepreneurs. So let's share my audio and let's see if she picks up the phone. Michelle, is this helpful so far?
Yes. I think I feel overwhelmed with it all, like as in with like I want somebody else to do all this for me. Do you know? Like
Yeah, and you
I'm
could. I mean,
really
it all depends. If you have the money to hire somebody to work on this, it looks like she's not picking up my phone over here, like it's going nowhere. But that's okay. If she
yeah,
answers
like I
my,
was just wondering if I could like because I just had my sales navigator just came to the year end. So I wasn't sure, do I need to have sales navigator at the same time as this
if
or
you're if
do
you're
you know?
not using it, if you're not using Sales Navigator, then I would say no, don't pay for it. But if you're using it like the way that I just used it to send her a message, in-mails are extremely, extremely valuable, but only valuable if you actually send people in-mails. It's not valuable if you don't. There's a guy who has 300,000 followers who just invited me to an event in Manhattan. The guy's name is Yasmin. He's very famous on LinkedIn. He gets over 1,000 likes and 1,000 comments in almost every post. The way that I got connected to him is by sending him an in-mail in Sales Navigator, just like the one I just sent Marcia. I sent him a simple little in-mail. Say, I'm hosting an event with 1,500 people. Would you like to come speak? He said, yes. Let's talk. We had a conversation about it. He showed up. He also brought a big portion of the community with him. And now we're buddies. Pretty cool, right? And he featured my photo on his profile in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Pretty cool. Jessica, I see you have your hand raised.
Yeah, I have a question. So, does this integrate into Go High Level?
It does integrate with Go High Level by being able to push information into GHL. So for
Okay, so you
example,
just have to customize the fields in Go High Level so that it can pull that data over from the Chrome extension into the CRM system.
if I wanted to, for example, pull your information into Go High Level, I would open up Go High Level here, open up the notes here.
You're not sharing your screen right now.
I'm
Sure.
not? Okay, let me go share my screen.
And then I have a secondary question when
yeah.
you're done showing this one.
Yeah, so let's say you're in Go High Level. You press Add a Note. I want to be able to push the note that I saved with your information. You see there's a whole note with your information here. I want to push it as a note into Go High Level. So I'd click this little up arrow, and the note will get stored into Go High Level here. You see that?
But you can't have the
It gets-
specific data go to specific fields.
You would have to copy and paste them in, but yes, or push them in with the pushing button. We will eventually have an automatic API that automatically takes everything and throws it into Go High Level. But
Yes, it'll map the fields, right? It'll connect the field.
You have to map it and custom and create it and all that.
And
But
create all the custom fields, yeah.
yeah, but for right now, this is a simple way for you to be able to push not just to Go High Level, but to HubSpot and to any platform that you're in. If I want to be able to save very comprehensive notes or even talk into Go High Level with the microphone, I can talk into Go High Level with Evie AI on the side here. So it's compatible with Go High Level, just not in the way that you might think where it
Right.
automatically syncs up in a way that's more technical than most people would want to have anyway.
Well,
But
truthfully, any of this is not my biggest challenge. My biggest challenge is similar to Michelle. I have a team of VAs who can do all this for me. However, I need someone, maybe you, Joe, to get LinkedIn to give your profile page admin permission. All my direct messages live in my personal profile. I can only have you be an admin on my LinkedIn as a VA, on my company page, or my group, because anything else, and LinkedIn will throw you out on your ear and lock you out of your account. And that's not worth it to me. But then that leaves me answering all my messages and doing all these kinds of things, because this is the kind of thing you can only do on your personal profile, logged in as you.
this website allows you to have anybody on your team log in and answer emails on your behalf on LinkedIn without logging into your LinkedIn. So you can have your admin go here, click over here, and you could add multiple LinkedIn accounts. I have a few.
And LinkedIn will never know.
They won't know that you're using this technology. Yes, they will not know you're using this technology or
You're
that they're
sure?
logging in here. Yeah, because LinkedIn, there's always a risk that LinkedIn is going to punish you for whatever reason, and they're not going to tell you why they punished you. But this technology, if you're not doing any automations or anything, and you're just checking messages, this technology here, and we're also, we're compatible with this technology as well, because just like in Go High Level, you can push things over here. Sue, I'm going to say, Sue, thank you so much for coming to the event today. So glad to see you. And then I press the up arrow and I press send, and it's gonna send it on LinkedIn. You see it's queuing, and it's gonna go ahead and send it on LinkedIn.
Yeah, because LinkedIn screams and swears and jumps up and down. No third-party software integrations. Yet, in order to live stream there, you got to have a third party. And in order to auto post using posting schedulers, you got to use a third party. And so those they don't seem to mind.
No, they're saying we don't want things that make your life easier. That's basically what they're saying. And so you have to do things in a way that's smart. And they can claim whatever they want at the end of the day. So you got to be careful what you're doing on LinkedIn. If you want to speak behind the scenes, I can tell you some other things to use, like this with APIs that automatically answer using AI. And this integrates into LinkedIn really, really quickly, and WhatsApp and everything else. But they don't do it in a way that complies with WhatsApp terms and conditions. They don't do it in a way that complies with LinkedIn terms and conditions or Gmail terms and conditions or anything. But this is a tool that will allow you to create your own API to tap into anything. It's called Unipile. And the other one this one's a more complicated for people that know how to use like Zapier.
But it breaks the rules, right? I mean, that's what you're saying.
Technically speaking, anything that will automate LinkedIn will break the rules. Anything that, if you copy and paste information from LinkedIn, you're breaking the rules. They specifically write in the terms and conditions you can't copy anything from LinkedIn. So if you literally just go to LinkedIn, log in, and right-click here and press copy, you just broke the rules. But, they're just trying to make sure that you're not a robot. So even if you do things that break the rules, they're not going to make you crazy unless you're doing things that are abusive and other people are complaining to you. And in that case, even if you're not doing anything that breaks the rules, they'll cancel your account.
I will give one great tip before I mute myself again. Where Michelle was talking about Navigator and all that jazz. I do a lot of direct messages to people I'm not connected to, and I do it by sidestepping InMail. I join the groups of the people of the people I want to talk to. And the groups, I find out what groups they're in, if they're my ideal like referral partner or ideal client, and I join those groups. And once you're a member of those groups, you can direct message anyone inside that group, even if they're, 5 places away from you, 3 places away from you, 2 places away from you, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't count as an email, and it's totally free to do it.
The problem with that is, although that's a really good strategy and I love it, the problem with that is most of those in-mails, most of those messages, they end up going to a place called Other. In my thing, there's like a spam thing where I can go there and I can see all the group messages that people have been sending me. So it's not necessarily going to go to the inbox if it's if it's sent from a thing. The workaround for that, Jessica, is
We
that
have been getting them to the inbox, so I don't know
okay,
what we're
great.
doing right.
Okay, great. So if it's working, it's working. But if in case it's not going to the inbox and it doesn't work, the workaround for that is to go to Sales Navigator, and you might have not known this, but there's a field called groups here. Do you see this on the bottom left? It says groups. So you can filter for all the groups that you're part of, and then you can say, show me the groups that I'm part of, but that I'm also connected with, and that also are following my company, and that also have recently posted on LinkedIn. And then you can go ahead, for example, Laura, she's actually a client of mine, which is so funny. She's part of this HVAC group. She's also following my company. She's also a first degree connection, and she also recently posted on LinkedIn. So I can see her recent post on LinkedIn, and then I can leave a comment on that post using Evie AI. I'm going to go here. I'm going to put the keyboard shortcut, and it'll draft a post and draft a comment, and I left a comment. One of the most impactful things that you can do for people is leave comments on their posts. So I don't know. I don't know if you knew this, but a way to stay top of mind with people, and if you're using a tool like ours, you just use a keyboard shortcut, and a comment appears both in Sales Navigator and the organic part. But
well, and then I have my VAs go into my company page, and then my company page, we comment on all kinds of people's stuff for me, because then I can have them do that, and it still shows, you know, a presence of me there, and the people really appreciate because it boosts their posts. So yeah.
If you're going to have VAs log in as your account, and I know you're saying they're not because they're going to the
admin, they're using an admin.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But if you do have them use your account, make sure they use a VPN and they're logging in from the same location that you're in. So if you're in New Jersey or Maryland or whatever, you can get a VPN. There's many options available where they log in. The other option for that is you can
use a roaming on them. That moves around.
There is something called a VPS server. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know that one.
Okay, so you can write this down. VPS, Virtual Private Server, VPS. It's basically getting access to a computer somewhere on the web. Let's say you get a computer in Georgia. And then you could log into that computer as if it's your regular computer at home and log into LinkedIn and play with it. And then you can leave the computer and then have anybody else log into that computer as if they're working over your shoulder, but they're using your computer technically.
Yeah.
So whenever you want to use your LinkedIn, you all just log in from that computer, and there's only one computer using LinkedIn, which is in a VPS that anyone from anywhere in the world can access. So that's,
and nothing else should live on that computer. No other passwords, codes, or anything else, because you don't want to leave that exposed to the world, because anyone can get hacked. Even if the VA is great, anyone can get hacked.
Your computer at home could get hacked. So I would. That's true. But that computer is pretty secure. But again, I would, I would just basically give it to your VA. They could log into your VPS, and boom, there you go.
Yeah. Good idea.
Lorna, you have a question?
Yeah, it's a follow-up really to what Jessica was talking about. My question is, how are you integrating your EVA, your AI? How is it integrating into LinkedIn? And then I have a question for Jane about the relationship between what the Global Nexus, how it integrates or how it's useful.
So, Lorna, the answer is we don't use your cookie. We don't do automation. We don't even know what account you're logged in with. We comply with LinkedIn's terms and conditions. We actually have their lawyers review our stuff to make sure that we comply. And that's why we had to change our company name from our tagline from being an AI LinkedIn assistant to an AI sales assistant. On our website, we used to have AI LinkedIn assistant, and LinkedIn's legal team said, hey, can you take out the word LinkedIn and call it something else, because LinkedIn's a trademark and you're coming up #1 for the word LinkedIn AI assistant, and we want people to use our AI, not your AI. And so we removed the word LinkedIn, and now we work on every website, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. But we comply with their terms because we don't automate anything. We're basically just generating content from any platform, school, from any platform, anywhere, and then we can inject it into any website like ChatGPT, Perplexity, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. If I want to send, say, belated birthday messages to people on LinkedIn, I can easily go to LinkedIn's birthday section, and I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually see everybody's birthdays on LinkedIn, and we have little shortcuts over here in EVAI. So here's the birthdays of LinkedIn. You see that? So if I want, what I can do is I can find all the, I already sent happy birthday to all these people, but I missed the birthdays of these people over here, like Renee. And so what I can do is I can use templates to make my life very easy. These are direct message greeting templates. And I'm going to say that I missed your birthday on the 11th. Okay. So I'm going to say, I missed your birthday on the 11th. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on here for Renee. And then I'm just going to push the up arrow, and I just pushed a message here. And look how quickly I'm able to message all these people, just like I was messaging before, all the people that are retired. I can message all these people that I missed their birthdays just like this. And I can do the same thing on Facebook. I could do the same thing on Instagram. And this doesn't break any of the rules because it's the same thing as copying and pasting from a spreadsheet or from a Google Doc. But instead of me having to copy and paste, I just push the up arrow and it automatically goes in there as if I'm pasting it. You see?
I was told that it's dangerous to do a lot of copy paste. I do that, but I do it myself instead of automating, which makes me interested in what you're doing because it's more automated. But is there any danger in other words, if you went into those 10 people and then you went over 360 cut and paste messages, LinkedIn wouldn't have a problem with that?
No, they wouldn't have a problem with that, but you want to limit how much activity you have. You want to limit how much activity you have right now.
Okay. So it's on activity as opposed to, because I have had when I was
in general you want to limit how much in general you want to limit how much activity you have in general when you're using activities. Whenever you're doing any activities, you want to limit how much activities you have on any platform. If you send too many DMs or too many anything, you know, that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know to Lorna's point and question is that when we're doing the Global Nexus training, we do suggest not more than 10 actions in LinkedIn, for example. So using the Global Nexus to add trusted connections, we can do it pretty fast. It takes a matter of seconds once you're familiar how to do it, but I suggest not doing more than 10 at a time because we don't want to get into LinkedIn jail. But that there's no reason you can't come back a few minutes later or an hour later, whenever it's convenient, and do the next 10.
But the trick is also to not to have too many LinkedIn pages open at a time. Otherwise, they'll start playing nasty. Just close them as you connect with people. Close them. It's easy when you've got a whole stack of people to connect with. If you open them all up, that can get you into trouble as well.
Well, I was accused of being a bot.
Yeah,
by LinkedIn. I was doing so much so fast.
You were too fast, Lorna. You got so good at something.
Listen, you have to you will look like a bot if you act like a bot. So I would definitely say just be careful not to do too much, and you're much more likely to stay on the safe side. You want to act human. There are technologies that go onto your computer and they automate things, but they act human. So you could use those technologies if you want, but I would definitely say using a tool like EVAI will save you a ton of time because you're doing things semi-manually. You're not automating anything, but you have a process that you're working off, like saving a profile, doing AI research, saving notes, using templates, using AI-generated comments. All that saves you a ton of time. Even writing content, like coming up with ideas for what to write about. So it's really easy. In EVAI, you could go here to the idea generator, and you can say, give me ideas about networking and building relationships using LinkedIn. So I'm going to press generate. It's going to generate 4 ideas for me, 4 topics. And then I click over here, and then I press generate post. You see that? It generated a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags in just a matter of seconds.
So I want to jump in here, Joe, because I love all of this. And I think everybody is realizing just how many things that you can do with it and how insanely quickly. Like some of us have been thrilled that we've been doing that exact kind of building the copy in ChatGPT. Well, we don't have to go over to ChatGPT and tell it to do all that, right? It's like 2 clicks of a button here in EVAI. But I do also want to acknowledge the time. I know we're 5 minutes over at this point in time. I know some people had to leave for that reason. Joe, what's your kind of next suggestion or step for everybody? Because we jumped into kind of amazing everybody with a bunch of things that it can do, but we haven't really gotten into the basics in step one. And of course, we'd love people to learn more and start using it.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in learning more, just let me know that you're interested in getting a special deal. It's a few $100s a year, and you get unlimited access to everything we have to offer. It's called the bundle. If you're interested in the deal, just write deal in the chat, and I'm happy to send you guys a link where you can sign up for the bundle. It includes $10,000 worth of training. It includes unlimited AI agents. It includes unlimited posts, unlimited messages, unlimited comments, unlimited AI research. It includes the one sheet that we create for you, and a bunch of other jazz. And we also have a great affiliate program. So if you know people that are interested, we pay 20% for 3 years. And Jane is an affiliate, so she has an affiliate code that she can use.
I did actually share the link earlier, because that's also where they can get their kind of first step free trial.
Yeah, you could
then
you could sign up, no credit card required. Just use Jane's link to try it out. And if you do decide that you want it, just sign up for the bundle. I'm gonna put it in. Yeah, there you go. Jane just put her link in there. It's via Jane-War. So I'll put in the actual link to the bundle with Jane's affiliate. So it's app.eviai.com/ let's see, bundle !via equals Jane. Let's see if that link works. Okay, so yeah, so that's the one that is that's the bundle link with the deal that I'm offering. And if you guys just want to try it out, just to test it out, you can use Jane's link right there as well. It looks amazing. I need to understand the basics before I make a decision. Sue, if you want to hop on a call with me after this, I'm happy to hop on a call to help you understand the basics. When you're thinking of the basics, you're talking about the basics of how to use LinkedIn or the basics of how to use EviAI?
EviAI, I mean, I haven't done anything with it. So, I mean, yes, it looks fantastic, but
yeah,
and we have understand how to get started yet.
Yeah, we have office hours where we do training every single day. So if you ever need to get on a Zoom with my team at 12 p.m. Eastern every day, we hop on Zoom with people and we answer questions and we show you how to use it. We show you how to get clients and we show you how to use the tool and how to train it to make it sound like you. There's something called personas where you can make it sound exactly like you when you're leaving a comment or writing a post. So that's a really useful feature that we have. And we keep adding new features all the time. Like today, we added Grok and GPT-5.
Nice. And to Lorna's other question earlier about Global Nexus, Lorna, Global Nexus is very different. Clearly, I use both. Right? They're not the same. And Joe's EviAI just does so much, so differently. This was a snippet. As fast as it was, this was a snippet of what it does. And when I started with EviAI, it was more about commenting on people's posts as quickly as he was showing, because we all want to save time and have it sound like us, right? As authentically as us. But again, I mentioned earlier, all his hacks, all his templates, that one pager, there's just so much that he packs in there in the bundle. And that's why I upgraded to the bundle a little while ago. And I think some of you will want to as well.
And the second link is to the bundle?
The app one, the higher one, the app.eviai.com/bundle. That one is, so you can check that one all out, because he does give you as much as he can for a much more affordable rate.
Do you do presentations that are just sales presentations on EviAI?
We do. We have a regular webinar where we host meetings on a regular basis. So if you go to eviai.com/webinar, and I'll put in the link where you can sign up for that as well. eviai.com/webinar. You can use Jane's affiliate link for the webinar as well.
Please and thank
Okay.
you. Awesome. Awesome. Again, I need to be mindful of the time. Thank you everybody for being here, for hanging out 10 extra minutes. We have a full day. And Joe, I am thrilled that you were able to share all this. I've been watching everybody's faces. I think everybody's like, whoa. Is that kind of fair? Kind of like mind blown. Wow, it does that. Wow, it does that. Wow, it does that.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm here to teach you guys how to use LinkedIn so that you could be more effective. And it's one day. LinkedIn is a journey of 10 years, one day at a time. And so if you want to be able to get to a place where you have tens of thousands of people that you're influencing, LinkedIn is a great place to be able to do that. And then you could move that audience. Like I moved a portion of my audience to Facebook. I have thousands of people on Facebook now. I moved a portion of my audience to Instagram. I have thousands of people on Instagram. I moved a portion of my audience to YouTube. I have over 1,000 people that are subscribed to my YouTube channel from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a great source for you to build up your followership, and then from there move it out to other channels so you diversify yourself. I have a email list with over 50,000 people. A lot of it came from LinkedIn. So if you don't want to spend money in advertising and you want to get more clients and you want to book conversations, I can definitely teach you how I do it. And we have over 1,200 people in our community. We're helping them every single day be able to network and build relationships. So I appreciate you guys being here. Jane, thank you for allowing me to present, and thank you for being gracious with messaging me and telling me, dude, where are you? So thank you. Appreciate it.
I was calling it smoke signals. I was sending out multiple smoke signals to find you.
Yeah, my team found me. They were like, "What are you doing?"
You were
listening
worth
to
the
this
wait.
guy?"
I think we can
Thank you.
agree. Let's give them an applause. And those were